Okay, so welcome to the mat this morning. We are going to be dealing with something called glute amnesia, which is where we have spent perhaps a little too much time sitting, perhaps a little too much time having a sedentary life, and we literally consciously lose our connection with our gluteal muscles, which are the buttocks, basically. So we have got lots of yummy yoga postures to deal with that. So at the end of this session, you will most definitely have reconnected with your glutes. Okay, so we're going to be working towards Warrior 3, awesome balance pose, and it's good to see you've got your chairs there because you might need that for the balance when we get there. Okay, brilliant. So let's settle ourselves down then onto the mat and just tuning in to your chosen sitting posture. So that could be cross-legged on the floor or sitting on a bolster or some blocks. So just bringing your awareness now to your contact with the mat through your seat, through the front of your shins and the tops of your feet. Just allowing yourself now to come into the present moment, getting ready for this yoga practice. To make sure that we are ready, we need, of course, to have our mind on board. So let's just clear out whatever's happening in the mind at the moment and get that imaginary cupboard out and open up the doors, and we're going to sweep into this cupboard everything that's been happening so far today. So whatever's been going on for you and whatever is to come in the rest of the day, we're not interested in any of that. So just put it away. Close the cupboard doors and then take some nice deep breaths in and out of the nose into that vacated headspace now. Surprise yourself with the lightness and the relief that comes when we turn down the volume of all that mind chatter. Now that the mind is fully available, let's take it into the body then. So take your awareness to your feet and relax your feet completely. And then moving up the legs now through the shins, the calves, the knees, and the thighs. So just let the floor or the yoga support take your weight as you relax your legs completely. And then tilting your pelvis slightly forward, very small and subtle movement. But as you do that, you'll feel your spine sort of straightening up, lengthening up towards the ceiling. The chest lifts, the shoulders broaden and drop. If you've leant forward slightly, just take it back a little, center yourself. And the arms are nice and heavy by your side with the palms facing down, hands resting on top of the thighs. And the head is nice and centered between the shoulders. And the face is holding no expression, so just check that the forehead's relaxed, your eyes, and the jaw. Just to make sure that we are fully relaxed in the body, go ahead and do that body scan once more in your mind's eye. Start at the feet, work your way up to the top of the head, letting go of any tension you may encounter along the way. And now that you're fully relaxed in the body, let's take our awareness to the breath. And you're breathing nice and easy in and out of the nose. So just continue with that pattern without changing its rhythm or its depth. But take your mind on the breath flow journey as it comes in through the nose, touches the back of the throat, goes down into the lungs where it rolls over and comes back out. So for the next few minutes, enjoying this conscious breathing practice and tuning into the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And just allowing that practice to finish now on the next exhale, and we'll go from here directly into warm-up. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to drop your chin down towards the chest. Inhale, lift it away slightly, and then exhaling, drawing it back towards the chest. Inhale, take it away slightly last time, and then exhale, really lengthening the back of the neck. And then inhaling, rolling the head up towards the right shoulder. Just rotate your head so that we get that ear right over the shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck. And then exhaling, rolling back down to center. Inhaling, calming up on the left. Again, just rotating your head. Let that ear dangle over the left shoulder. Stretch out the right side of the neck. And then exhaling, rolling the head back down to center. Inhaling, coming back up on the right. So just working with a nice, easy, slow rhythm, rolling the head from side to side, working with the breath, but keeping the spine nice and long and the shoulders are level and still. And then the next time the head comes to center, we're going to pause that practice and inhale, lifting of the head back to between the shoulders and continue with shoulder rolls. Send the shoulders back, circle them up towards the ears and forward. Send them back, circle them up and forward. Inhaling as they go back, exhaling as they go forward. Good. And the next time they come to center, we're going to reverse the circle. So go the other way, forward, up, and back. Forward, up, and back. Good. Keep nice length in the spine. And the next time, the shoulders calm down to center. We're going to work with the seated spinal twist. So take your right hand to the outside of the left knee. The left hand rests behind you, fingertips on the mat or up against the yoga support. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, turning. Just rotate on your axis here, on the spinal axis, so that you get the twist in the middle of the spine. Good, let that go. Come over to the right. So the left hand to the right knee, the right hand rests behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, turning. So drawing the shoulders down by anchoring the fingers into the mat and into the leg. Good. One more time either side. So right hand, left knee. Left hand rests behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, turning. And then last time to the right. Left hand, right knee. Right hand's behind you. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, rotating. Good. Calming back to center. So we're going to come off the yoga supports if you're on them. Come down onto the mat for a couple of more warm-ups. So have your knees bent with your feet flat on the floor, arms by your side, or if you want to already, just having the knees in towards your chest. But just for the moment, just relax, get nice and heavy and weighty onto the mat. Let the shoulder blades rest onto the floor and just take some nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. Good, so let's get ready to do the hip rolls then. So you can leave your arms by your side or place your hands in front of your knees and then get ready to do the hip rolls. So now it's an inhale, circle the knees out to the side, down and away, and then exhaling, bringing them back to the chest. So inhale, circle them down and away. And when they meet, exhaling, bringing them back to the chest. So let's just warm up the hips a little bit here. And the next time the knees come to center, we're just going to slide the hands to the inside of the knees. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let them drop out to the side, and then just relax. Just hold the stretch. Nice and gentle stretch to the inside of the thighs. Keep breathing. Good, and then on an inhale, bring the knees back to center, a couple of more hip rolls. And then let's finish by massaging out the lower spine. So we're going to keep the knees together, arms by your side or hands in front of the knees. Choose which direction you want to circle in, and then circle both knees in that direction. So feeling that you can draw circles on the mat with the lower spine. Just ironing out any tension that might be lurking here. And the next time the knees come to center, go the other way, the opposite way to the way you started. And the next time the knees come to center, we're going to pause that practice. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, roll over onto one side. And you're going to bring yourself up into standing. So the practice begins with mountain pose. To get ourselves nice and connected to the ground, to the mat, as we're going to be working towards a strong balance. So place your feet underneath your hip joints. Remember, the hip joints are halfway here, down towards the groin. Toes pointed forward. So just shift your weight back and forth a little bit. So just feel how you're kind of grounding down through each foot as you rock from side to side. So just be aware of that contact. Good. Nice, solid balance. Because mountain pose is, of course, a balance, but you're on 2 feet. And then look down and grip your toes. So grip the mat, squeeze the toes, wake them up. Good. So now we're feeling nice and rooted into the earth. So then tip yourself slightly back, the thighs grip, the kneecaps lift, and then come forward at the point where the kneecaps drop. And that's where you're nice and balanced. Knees over ankles, hips over knees. Turn your palms out to the front. Chest opens now. Close your eyes as we practice now our mountain pose. So start grounding down through the soles of the feet, into the mat, to lengthen. So feel that very supple lengthening, as if there's an invisible thread just drawing you up towards the sky here, but without holding any tension. So just keep moving your awareness around the body. See which muscles are trying to get involved here, and then just let it go. And eventually you'll find that point of lightness where everything is relaxed and you're just so light you could float away. Nice, easy breaths in and out of the nose. So just enjoy this balance here. The stability and the grounding and the security that this posture gives you. And then on the next exhale, we're going to let that go. Lovely. We're going to stay here in mountain pose and we're going to do some active breathing. So what we're going to do, I'll just show you. We're going to take an inhale. The arms are going to come out to the side. And then when they meet, you're going to stack your hands together. And then we're going to exhale as if you want to push your energy, push anything negative into the earth beneath you. So it's an inhale. Taking the positive energy and then exhaling, drawing away, just letting the ground absorb any blocks that you may be having. So let's find that flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stack your hands. Good. Inhale, reaching up and then exhaling. Just pushing away anything that is unhelpful to you. Inhale. Exhale. Keep flowing. Inhale. Nice cleansing breath. Exhale. Get rid of it all. Good. Inhale. Couple more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So now we're all kind of cleared out energetically, feeling nice and cleansed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into forward fold and stretch out the hamstrings. So hands to the heart center. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, swan diving all the way down. We're going to stay here. So just see where those fingertips come. Now, if they don't reach the floor, then just hold your elbows. But we're going to just work with our alignment here. So shift your weight into the balls of your feet. So if your hips are back, then come forward. You'll feel that engages the stretch immediately. Slight bend in the knees. And then with every exhale, you're going to send the tailbone up towards the ceiling, drawing the chest towards the thigh. So on the inhale, just come back slightly, and then exhale. Ground down through the feet, drawing the tummy towards the chest. Inhale, relax a little, and then exhale. Ground down through the feet, draw the chest towards your thighs. Keep flowing. Inhale, exhaling, work with the breath. Let the head be heavy. So the head is hanging down like a heavy fruit. So we get the nice stretch in the back of the neck. Good. So as ever, work with what there is here. Don't worry if it feels a bit stiff, if we haven't been here for a while, it doesn't matter. Just keep working with the breath, grounding down through the feet, lifting the tailbone, draw the tummy towards the chest. Good. A few more breaths here. Yeah, now we're going to get ready to come out of full forward fold. So you're going to bend your knees on a big inhale. Let those straight arms come in front of you, grounding down, lifting the arms up towards the ceiling, and then exhaling, letting that go. Good. So we're going to do the same again, but we're going to do it with wide-legged forward fold. So now you're going to take your feet out wide, following the long length of your mat. Just turn your feet in slightly for balance. Hands at the hip crease, take a breath in, and as you exhale, hinging in the hips, coming forward with a nice straight spine. When you're halfway, take another breath in, and then exhaling, coming all the way down. So same again, if your hands don't reach the floor, then holding the elbows. And then just checking the alignment then. So bringing your hips forward so that the weight is through the balls of the feet here, and that your hips are above your ankles, slight bend in the knees. And then with every exhale, drawing the chest through. Let the head be heavy. Good. Really be conscious of how the breath helps here. As you relax slightly when you inhale and when you exhale, rounding down through the feet, lifting the tailbone up, drawing the chest through. Working with the breath in this way creates the space, lengthening the spine as well as stretching the hamstrings here. So there's a lot going on. We're just going to add a slightly deeper stretch now. So you're going to start to rotate, bringing your hands to the left, resting your hands on your left leg. I'll just turn so you can see. And then align your chest to your thigh so that your chest is facing the left side. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, draw the chest towards the thigh. So we're still keeping a slight bend in that left knee, but now we're going deeper into our left hamstring. Keep the weight in the balls of the feet still. Good. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So swinging your torso, your upper body then towards the right, resting your hands on the floor or on your legs. Align your chest now so that it faces that right thigh. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, drawing that chest towards the thigh. Good. Keeping a slight bend in that right knee. And then we're going to come back to center. You're going to put your hands in the hip crease, and you're going to come up on a big inhale, nice and slowly. Grounding down through the feet, calming up with a straight spine. Good, lovely. And then bringing the feet back into center. We're going to come down onto the mat now and get a little bit more deeply into these glutes that we've been talking about. So take your blanket now across your mat, if you like having some support underneath your knees. And I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to be working in tabletop. That's going to be our starting posture. Now remember, if you have tweaky wrists, you can always roll the mat to have a bit more support underneath the heel of the hand, because we are going to be balancing here. So we're going to have our hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to have the knees underneath the hips. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the leg, but it's going to be bent. And it's as if we want to place the sole of our foot onto the ceiling, and then we're going to come back down and then do it on the other side. So we're going to go side to side like this, but we're going to keep the hips nice and level. So just be aware of the tendency to maybe to rotate that hip up, but we want to keep this absolutely level here. So starting in tabletop then, just making sure you've got nice solid pressure through the palms, keeping the shoulders away from the ears throughout. Inhale, lifting that right leg up, balancing on your hands, knee, and those toes on the left foot. Good, and then exhaling, lowering the knee. Other side, inhale. Lifting the left leg up, keeping the foot flexed, the knee bent, and then placing it on an exhale back onto the mat. So find your own rhythm here. Work with the breath. Inhale, raising the leg. Exhale, placing it back. Feel how you have to shift your balance from side to side. Good. But keeping the shoulders away from the ears. This is quite a big arm workout as well. Keeping the foot flexed, good, and just making sure that we're keeping those hips square to the floor. Nice. Good. Come out when you need to. Always listening in to what the body needs to be doing. But we're getting into the glutes now, so you're feeling now the buttock muscles are working to lift this leg up. Just a couple more. Good. No rush. And then just one more perhaps. And then exhaling, placing that knee down. Good. Sit back onto your heels. If you've got the blanket there, then move it out of the way. And we're going to come the other way. We're going to come down onto our backs. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bridge flow, which is really nice, which involves several postures. So we start here with our feet on the mat, knees bent, arms by our side. The first movement is inhaling. The arms go up over the head. The legs stretch up towards the ceiling, soles towards the ceiling, and then exhaling, bringing them back down, and then inhaling, lifting the pelvis into bridge, and then exhaling, the pelvis goes down. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So again, we're just getting into the glutes here a little bit more. So let's get ourselves into starting bridge pose, making sure your knees are hip width apart and your ankles are underneath the knees, arms by your side. Inhale, lifting the arms and the legs at the same time, so coordinate the movement. Arms come up over your head, sending those heels up towards the sky, and then we're exhaling, drawing the knees towards the chest, and then lowering the feet and the arms. Inhale, grounding down through the feet and the arms, drawing the chest towards the chin into bridge, and then exhaling, lowering the pelvis back onto the mat. Keep flowing. Inhale, arms come up over the head, legs go up. Exhale, legs and arms come down. Inhale, into bridge, pelvis lifts up, chest towards the chin, ground down through your arms and feet. Exhale, lower the pelvis. Good. Inhale, arms, legs up. Exhale, lower. Inhale into bridge. Exhale, lower. No rushing. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale into bridge. And then exhale, lower. So we'll just do a few more of these. Find your own rhythm here. Good. Inhaling as you lift the legs and the arms up. Exhaling as they come down. Right, just a couple of more of these now. Making sure those heels are underneath the knees and the feet come down. Good. So perhaps one more. So your last lift into bridge. And then exhaling, placing that pelvis nice and gently back onto the mat. Good. So bring your knees towards your chest, hands onto the knees. Just take a little rock from side to side, just to ease that out. Good. And then we're going to roll over onto one side. And we're going to come down onto the mat, but the other way. So the blanket, if you like having support, is going to come back out as we work with locust. This is a truly awesome posture for strengthening your entire back line and the glutes in particular. So what we're going to do, you've got the blanket there, you're going to place your hips across the blanket, and we're going to do alternate lifts. So to start with, we're going to lift the torso, and then we're going to come down, and then we're going to lift the feet, and then that's down, and then we're going to go back and forth a few times, and then we're going to finish holding full locust, which is everything up, the torso, your upper body, and the feet, and we're going to do that twice, okay? So, it starts with your forehead on the mat. Your palms are facing down, so your palms are on the mat, your feet are hip width apart. So on an inhale, we're going to lift the torso only, but roll the shoulders back as if you want to reach your knees with your hands. Just keep your head in line with the spine. So just be aware of tucking your chin in enough. And then exhale, lowering the forehead. Inhale, keep the palms on the mat, lift the feet. We're getting into the glutes a little more deeply here. Exhale, lower the feet. Inhale, lift the torso, roll the shoulders back, reach for the knees. Keep your head in line with the spine. Exhale, lower the head. Inhale, lower up, lift the feet. Exhale, lower. Keep flowing. Inhale, lift the torso. Reach back, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting up the feet. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the torso, roll the shoulders back. Good. Nice head alignment. And then exhale, lower. Right, so a couple of more of these. Notice how you have to really ground down through the pubic bone when you lift up your body, your upper body, and also when you lift your feet. Good. So maybe one more upper body lift. And then finish with the last leg lift. So bring your hands now to the top of the mat. We're just going to take a few resting breaths before we do full locust. So make a nest with your hands. Place your forehead onto the mat, onto your hands.
And then just relax the whole body. So let the heels flop out. Good. So let's get ready to do full locust twice. So bring your arms now back by your side, palms facing the mat, forehead onto the mat. So on an inhale, then nice and strong through the pubic bone. As you lift the upper body and your feet, reach back with those hands towards the knees. Take some breaths here. Come out when you need to. But really feel the glutes now. Feel the buttocks working to hold the lift. Good. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower everything. We're just going to do that one more time. Take a couple of resting breaths. Good. Get ready to lift again. So inhale. Up comes the torso, the hands off the mat, the feet. Roll the shoulders back, reach back. Rounding down through that pubic bone. Make sure your head is in line with the spine. So your gaze is towards the mat. Good. So strong this. Lovely. Take a breath in as you exhale, lower everything. Make a nest with your hands again, forehead on the hands, and then take a few completely restful breaths. And then on an inhale, you're going to bring yourself back up. And you're going to leave the blanket where it is, because we're going to do a kneeling half moon pose, which is an awesome workout for the buttocks. So I'll just show you. What we're going to do is we're going to start in kneeling, and we're going to keep that right thigh nice and perpendicular to the floor. We're going to take the left foot out, and we're going to place our right hand down onto the mat, or if it won't reach comfortably, we're going to have a block. So just see how you feel. But the important thing is to have your hips in line with the knees, okay? So that this is all in the same plane. And then when we're here, we're just going to do a few leg lifts. And then we're going to lift the leg. The arm comes up if it wants to, into half moon. You might remember us doing this up against the wall in the hall, standing. So eventually the full posture is doing this standing, okay? So let's have a play with this, because it's really getting into those muscles where we want to focus. So it starts with kneeling, and then you're going to take that left foot to the side. But keep this right thigh perpendicular, so just make sure you haven't come out into a sort of a split. So bring it back to center here. The back foot is tucked under for support, and then place your hand on the block or on the mat. Your left hand rests on the hip, and then just some gentle lift. So inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Just see how that feels, just to pulse that left leg up. And again, just making sure that you've got the alignment here. You can actually look down and see that your hip is in line, that thigh is perpendicular. Good. So just take a couple of leg pulses here. You can feel already the glute working to lift that leg off the floor. Lovely. And then we're going to do the lift. So we're going to lift the left leg off the mat. And then if it wants to, that left arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. so that we get this nice chest opening here. Good, take some breaths. Just check that your bottom isn't sticking out and that you've come forward slightly with the upper body. Good. Nice big workout for the glutes. Good, take a breath in, lower the leg, lower the arm. And let's do that on the other side. So now we come onto the left knee. If you're using a block, take it on the other side. Take that right leg out to the side, tuck the toes in on that left foot. So again, just making sure, look down, make sure that your thigh is perpendicular to the floor and that your torso hasn't come forward. So straighten up, align the hip above the knee. Place your left hand down onto the mat. And then just start to pulse that right leg up and down off the mat. Just feel into the balance here. Good. Nice alignment, good, yeah. And then we're going to get ready for the leg lift on this side, if it wants to. So you're going to lift the right leg up. The right arm, if it wants to, is going to come up. Might be really different on the side. It might be easier, it might be harder. Good, reaching, reaching. Good, and then inhale, exhaling. We're going to lower the leg, lower the arm, coming back into center. Great, well, we have now arrived at the Warrior 3 moment. So if you've got the blanket on the mat, you're going to move it out of the way. So using a chair then, you're going to have the legs of the chair on the mat to make sure that this chair doesn't move forward. So what we're going to do, the way we're going to start, is that we're going to back away from the chair. I'm going to do this the other way because otherwise I won't have enough space to lift my leg. You're going to back away from the chair so that you're at a 90-degree angle and your ears are in line with your upper arm. So you see how you've got your hips over your ankles here. And with the hands on the top of the chair, we're going to take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to lift this right leg off the mat, sending the heel away from the hands. So you're going to go for the letter T. So just imagine yourself here as the letter T. Now, what might happen is that you might be wanting to rotate that hip up, but we're not going to do that. We're going to keep the hip nice and balanced and the toes pointing towards the mat. Okay? So get yourselves now aligned with your chair. Place your hands on top of the chair. Good. Ears in line with this, with your upper arms. And then now when you're ready, grounding down strongly through the left foot and then lifting that right leg back. Let it come up however high it wants to. Good. Toes are pointing to the floor. Keep that foot flexed. So it's like you're sending the heel behind you. Good. And then eventually the hands will come off the chair and you'll do it freestanding. Good. Lower the right leg, bring it back to center. Stand up for a second, bring your torso up, take a few breaths. It's a very strong posture, this, good. Before we work the other side, and remember, it could be really different on this side. So when you're ready then, hands to the chair. Get yourself in that 90-degree angle, your feet underneath your hips. Round down strongly now through the right foot as the left leg now comes up. So feel how you need to send that left heel away. So your foot is strongly flexed. That's how we're getting the length. The toes are pointed towards the mat. You're working very hard on that standing right glute there. Good. Keep breathing, keep lengthening. Good, and when it's enough, take a breath in, exhale, lower that left leg down. Good, and then bring yourself up into standing. Very good, good work. Yes, it is a strong posture there. So, having done a lot of work with the glutes, we're now going to stretch them out. So we're going to come down onto the mat, and we're going to work with the figure of 4 stretch. So, it starts with lying on the mat with your feet on the mat, knees bent. You're going to bring your right foot over, crossing over and resting the outside shin here just below the left kneecap so that your right knee is sticking out. And you're sort of making the number 4. So this is a figure of 4. You take your hands, the right hand goes through and reaches behind the left thigh or in front of the knee, depending on how much stretch there is. And then you take a breath in and you draw that left knee towards your shoulder. But this foreleg here is completely relaxed. Good, so just find the stretch here and you'll feel it on the right side, the right buttock. But just making sure that your spine is nice and aligned here with your hips. So ground down through the back of the pelvis there, so your spine is fully in contact. Now, if you have rolled over slightly to the right and you're not feeling the stretch, then draw the left knee to the left and then draw it towards your left shoulder. Your right elbow can kind of help nudge that right knee out to the side to deepen the stretch.
Yes, if you've got a wall, go ahead and use it. Nice. But if you don't, then just do it with the left leg free. Good. So, a few more breaths here. Even if you just did this stretch just once a day, you'd be amazed. The students on Tuesday were just really surprised at how tight their glutes were when they really got into this particular posture here. Right, let's work with the other side. Take a breath in, lower that left leg onto the mat, and then we switch over. So now the left foot crosses over. So the outside of that left shin there goes just below the right knee. And then we reach through. So the left arm now goes through and joins with the right hand, either on the back of the thigh or in front of the knee. So just whichever works for you. Keep that lower right leg completely relaxed. And then just make sure you haven't rolled over to the left a little bit here. So draw the right knee to the right, round down through your lower back, and then bring that, draw the right knee now towards the right shoulder, using your left elbow just to nudge that left knee out a little. Just keep breathing in and out the nose, just another minute.
Lovely. And then we're going to get ready to come out. So take a breath in as you exhale now. Drop that right foot down onto the mat. Let the left foot go as well. And we are now ready for Shavasana. So if you have a bolster, you're going to bring it underneath your knees. If that's comfortable for you. You can have your blanket underneath your head or over you, just making sure that you are comfortable. Put on any layers of clothing that you now need. Just making sure that your feet are hip width apart, your arms are out by your sides slightly with the palms facing up. So this is your Shavasana. So just making any final adjustments. Making sure you're warm and comfortable. And then just perhaps doing a quick body scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, just to make sure that you are completely relaxed. Allowing your breath now to find its nice, easy, natural rhythm in and out of the nose. And then we're going to disengage with any thoughts, any sounds. Taking your awareness within and hovering in that place between fully awake and asleep. And you'll hear the bell when we're ready to come out. And bringing yourself back into the room, back into the body now. And just making some gentle movement with the hands, the feet. And if you want to, taking your arms up over your head and taking a nice long stretch down the length of the body. And then bringing one knee to the chest and then the other. And if it feels all right, hugging the knees, taking a gentle rock from side to side. And then rolling over onto your right side and just pausing there, taking some deep breaths into the chest. And then pushing the upper arm into the floor and gently rolling yourself up into comfortable sitting. And then hands to the heart center, thanking the body for the hard work in the practice and for always supporting us in our daily lives. And then hands to the forehead, for kind and loving thoughts. Hands to the mouth, for kind and loving words. And then back to the heart center, for always staying open in love. And we can say namaste. Thank you. Good.
And I hope you enjoyed that practice and will no longer be suffering from glute amnesia.